In a traditional art museum, the rules of engagement are silently understood. You observe passively. You stand behind the velvet rope. You view the artwork as an object entirely separate from your own existence. The philosopher Maurice Merleau-Ponty argued that this separation is an illusion. He believed we go astray when we imagine ourselves as disembodied minds, claiming that true perception requires the physical presence of the body. That premise is now being tested on a massive scale. Here, in the Toyosu district of Tokyo, a landscape of futuristic towers built on reclaimed land, an art collective is using technology to radicalize Merleau-Ponty's philosophy. Entering TeamLab Planets requires you to surrender your external armor. Before you see a single exhibit, you are forced to check your bags and completely remove your shoes and socks. This forced vulnerability is a calculated threshold. By stripping away the footwear that separates us from the city, we begin to shed our protective barriers and prepare our bodies to physically enter the artwork. The initiation is immediate. You navigate a pitch-black, upwardly sloped corridor as warm water rushes over your bare feet. By blinding your vision and amplifying the sensation of rushing water, the environment forces you into a state of heightened physical awareness. That physical reliance intensifies in the next room. Stepping into the soft black hole, you find a dark, lumpy surface that swallows your feet and dismantles your sense of gravity. When a stranger moves a few feet away, the floor beneath you shifts in response. Your ability to stand upright is determined by the weight and movement of the other visitors sinking into the room around you. Losing your balance is an intentional architectural tactic. It is designed to demonstrate your physical connection to the people sharing your space, proving that your movements are never truly isolated. From that unstable terrain, you wade knee-deep into an endless mirrored pool. Across the water's surface, hundreds of digital koi fish swim in glowing patterns around your legs. These projections are not a video loop. The koi are a real-time computer program, an ecosystem rendered as you move. It reacts to human collision. When a fish bumps your legs, the pixels shatter, transforming into scattering seasonal flowers. Because the visuals respond to the crowd's chaotic movement, no visual state will ever repeat. The patterns blooming around your feet are a one-time encounter, generated solely by your presence. Traditional art exists independently of its audience. Here, the artwork relies on your physical movement to materialize. Without your disruption of the space, the digital ecosystem cannot complete its cycle. You leave the tactile world of water for the infinite crystal universe. It is designed to feel like stepping directly into the bloodstream of the cosmos. The illusion uses 60,000 interactive LED spheres suspended in a three-dimensional matrix. Mirrored floors and walls eliminate physical corners, creating a perfectly reflective void. The effect is a visceral break from ordinary reality. Visitors like Casey Musgraves describe the space as unreal, an environment triggering disorientation and awe by removing all familiar points of reference. This is a modern execution of the Japanese concept of ma, the sacred void between things. The architecture focuses on the potential found in the empty space between the lights. By erasing the visible edges of the room and duplicating your reflection infinitely, the installation collapses the distance between the self and the expanse. You are no longer looking at the universe, you are reflected within it. The journey ends in a space filled with the scent of thousands of real orchids. They hang in midair, forming a dense, organic canopy above the floor. These orchids are alive, growing without soil. As you approach, they are mechanically programmed to slowly rise and part, opening a temporary clearing that follows your movement through the garden. To sit here is to experience temporal dislocation. Watching the orchids slowly bud, bloom, and wither disconnects you from linear clock time, replacing it with the cyclical pace of the natural world. This garden functions as a contemporary Zen space. It forces you to abandon your rush and experience time as a fluid dimension, regulated by the breathing mass of the plants. Eventually, you return to the locker room. You put your shoes back on and step out into the concrete reality of Shin Toyosu Station, carrying the sensory afterglow of the exhibition. TeamLab Planets occupies a specific lineage of immersive art, comparable to Olafur Eliasson's weather project, which used a manufactured sun to unite thousands of strangers in a single shared moment of awe. The journey demonstrates that the mind follows the body. The physical act of shedding your shoes and surrendering your balance serves as the mechanical trigger for the ego to dissolve, as the brain can no longer perceive the self as a separate, isolated entity. It proves that the cosmic sublime is not found by staring at a distant canvas. It is achieved by stepping barefoot into an algorithmic ecosystem where the boundaries between the self, the stranger, and the universe finally wash away.